Well, no, good people. We're back here working on a weekend like usual, and always working throughout a week as well on a weekday. It's the Compete Forever Madden League, but yes, it is ISG football, ladies and gentlemen. The intersection of sports and gaming. A couple of the top Madden players in the world playing for cash and prizes. As we get you set also to talk a little National Football League. If it's a Tuesday night, we're definitely talking NFL and football. And that's what we're doing here live on Valley Live and Stadium Sports Network, Watch Stadium Sports app, Twitch, YouTube, and Twitter. As we're live here from 902 Brewing Company in Jersey City, the Rooftop Brewery, right down the road from Bayonne, New Jersey, here in North Jersey, across the river from New York City. ISG football, the intersection of sports and gaming. All right, we'll come inside here. Larry Ridley here, CBS Sports, Mad NFL, 2K Association, little CFB League as well. Good to be back here, folks. If it's a Tuesday night, you know we're talking National Football League, as we talked about. You're going to see a couple of the top Madden players in the world playing for cash and prizes. It is a Madden matchup. Winner gets 80% of the pot, as we also get you set and talk a little National Football League and all the top football topics that are going on this week. And it's all about free agency right now. And boy, the news just keeps coming. Before we get to that, I want to thank the good folks here at 902 Brewing Company. My good friend Don and his staff here. We talk about handcrafted beer and the best atmosphere right here in Jersey City. You can see those bright tanks, man, and the fermenter is as well. 902 Brewing Company, all about great beer and great experiences. You can stop by and pick up one of their exceptional handcrafted beers to take home or enjoy. Their spacious tap room as well. They host a variety of events, including yoga, live bands, local DJs, art installations. They also have the rooftop tonight right here exclusively. They got a nice little event going on here with the Elevate Investment Group of New Jersey, a real estate gathering. You can see some of those beautiful people here as they're getting set to hold their meeting. Actually, they're doing it right now. But 902 Brewing Company, a unique experience you won't find anywhere else and only minutes away from wherever you are here in North Jersey. All right, let me go ahead and bring in my brother. My player partner, my brother from another mother. There he is, Jarrett Guarantano, former quarterback, University of Tennessee Volunteers. Also with the Denver Broncos and the Arizona Cardinals. Blue 80. Blue 80. 52's the mic. 52's the mic. Kill, kill, kill. What's up, Jay Cheesy off the Easy for Sheezy? How'd that go?
What up, my dog? You get, I'm telling you, every week you get better and better.
A little bit. Un poquito, as the kids like to say.
What are you practicing in the mirror? I know you're getting after it too. You're barking your neighbors are hearing it. They're like, "What is going on with them? What's going on next door?"
I know. What's really going on? Yeah, put a little eye black on, man. You know, got my gloves on, get the wristbands, man. Got to have my play calls on my wrist. You know what I'm saying? And then I'll be ready, right?
You know who puts eye black on for practice?
Oh,
Russell Wilson.
Oh, we're gonna be talking about Danger Russ coming up. That's your dog right there, man. But real quickly before we get started, man, UFL opening up this weekend. Am I crazy? It's like Sunday, right?
Time flying. No, Friday night's first game.
Yeah.
For the league, I guess, season opener for everybody. But yeah,
the
Friday
Brahmas on Sunday, 3 o'clock, right?
Getting after it.
How you guys looking out there, man?
Getting some snaps. We look pretty good. Defense is really good. Flying around, offense, we got a lot of playmakers, so we'll see. League's a little bit different every year. You get a lot more talent, though, a lot more people that were draft picks, a lot of guys that are just trying to get some tape. So eager to see what this year brings, obviously, but a lot of, hopefully, success in the future.
All right, man. Well, good luck to you, man. We'll definitely be talking about it, and we'll keep up with the UFL as the season starts on Friday night. The San Antonio Brahmas getting underway on Sunday afternoon. I don't care what they say. He is our quarterback right there, JGZ out the Easy for Cheesy. You ready to go, man? Get this thing started, man. Live here from 902 Brewing Company.
Yeah, let's get it going.
Let's do it, man. Let's take a look real quick at the rules here of ISG football, intersection of sports and gaming. It's all Madden competitive game style. Head-to-head current rosters. All 32 NFL teams are available. We like to call those regs 5-minute quarters. King of the Hill format. We've got a 10-time champion playing tonight. So he's still on the sticks until someone beats him. He's going to be there until he relinquishes it or, decides to leave or whatever. But we'll talk more about that. How about the pricing here? Because it's all about the shmoney here. Weekly total cash prize pool, $50 guaranteed. Winner gets $40. It'll be going out tonight. The runner-up gets $10 as well. Player that wins 4 straight weeks. So remember, he's already got 10 chairs. He's got to start another 4-game winning streak to get a new chair. They won an NFL licensed Zip chair. And folks, check them out online, zipchair.com. They literally make the best gaming chairs in the world. Office furniture, sofas, you name it, gaming desk. Shout out to our good friends down there. Tina Altadonna doing a great job there. They got all the NFL chairs, NBA, Major League Baseball, NHL, MLS, NCAA, and college-inspired chairs. And if you have any custom pieces or custom designs, they can get that done for you as well. Check them out online, zipchair.com. All right, how about the there's no bracket. We'll just show you real quickly. The matchup here, Madden League matchup. This week's matchup is Jbaird. He's a two-time champ, playing with the Eagles against OG2K, our current 10-time champ, and he's playing with those Baltimore Ravens. Let's talk real quickly about these two competitors and show you some profiles. And we'll start with I guess the lesser of the two champs, the two-time champ. He would be Jbaird, playing with those Eagles. There he is, Jbaird from Buffalo Grove, Illinois. He's 19 years of age. Illinois State University student. That would be the Redbirds. And he, once again, is a two-time C4 Madden League champion. How about the champion as we look at the profile of OG2K? Nicholas Sirianni, no relation to Nick Sirianni, head coach of the Philadelphia Eagles. He's from Western New York. That'd be Buffalo, New York, age 18. He's a college student as well. 10-time, compete for Madden League champ. 8 in Madden and 2 in college football. Let's go ahead and bring in my girl down there. There she is, Andrea Richmond. Go, folks, piece up, 8 down. If you're looking for her, she's always in the A-Town. Andrea Richmond, esportscaster and sportscaster extraordinaire. Hey, Rich, who you got tonight? You got those birds, Baltimore? Or are you going with the other birds? Fly, Eagles, fly.
Well, you know, it's March Madness. I'm not feeling like a G when it comes to my personal bracket on either the men or the women's side. We in Povertyville right now. We in the winning side of Jeff Fisher. You know how he's 500. I'm like the 60%. So, you know, like that type of vibe. So let me go ahead and be a winner right now when it comes to this new format. ISG. I'm going to go ahead and choose OG. Take me to victory, OG. I need a dub, please. It's some regard this March, please.
Okay, all right. So you got OG2K, and there he's in the dark. You can see the top of his head there. JG, which bird you taking? The one with the green or the old Kelly green? Are you rolling with the, are you going to quote the Ravens, nevermore?
I'm feeling a little juiced up right now. I really want to pick an upset just in honor of March Madness. But the only reason I can't is because I'm seeing those Baltimore Ravens as a team. So anybody that was the Baltimore Ravens tonight was going to get my vote. It just so happened that the 25-time champ got him. So I'm going with OG and the Baltimore Ravens.
I think we're going to make this a clean sweep here. I'm going to take the Ravens too, man. But once again, I fight, man. You know, little piece, little two-piece, 2 to the head, 1 to the stomach. You know what I'm saying? Hey, get him in the body, the head, or hit him in the head, or the body, and the head will fall, or whatever they like to say. Come on, Jbaird. I see you, man. With your St. Louis Scully on. Do it for the folks, man, back there in Illinois, in the land of Lincoln. But I'm going to take OG2K, man. But I'd like to see JB pull it off here. Andrea Richmond will be conducting the interview at the conclusion of the game. She'll be talking to the winner. So JB playing with those Eagles, E-A-G-L-E-S, Eagles, and OG2K, the 10-time champ, playing with the Ravens and Lamar Action Jackson. Guys, go ahead and lock it up. Let's do it live right here on Bally Live Stadium Sports Network. Watch Stadium Sports app, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter as we're live here at 902 Brewing Company in North Jersey, in Jersey City. Guys, lock it up. Good luck. Play it out. And we'll be talking to the winner at the conclusion of the game. Let's go. Let's do it. All right, guys, you can see it. Oh, we're in Baltimore there. I like that, man. Like that, JG? They're in Wembley. Oh, they're in Wembley. Okay, so across the pond, little tea and trumpets. You know what I'm saying? Little tea and trumpets. And there's a first pass. Is that to our, that's our tight end right there, right? Andrews, right? No, it's not Andrews. Yeah, it is Andrews, right? It is Mark Andrews. All right. That first quarter is underway now. Tied at 0. Literally here, see the Sports Madden NFL, CFB League. We're live here at 902 Brewing Company. Right below me, JG, the quarterback of the show. Former quarterback, University of Tennessee Volunteers, also Broncos and Cardinals. Right below him, OG2K. You can see a little bit of the chair there. He's playing with the Ravens. He's got the ball and another first down. Heading towards midfield with Derrick Henry. At the bottom of the screen, JB playing with the Eagles. He's on defense or scoreless here. That pregame show brought to you by our good friends at Fat Bastard and Sons. And yes, fatbastardandsons.com, located there in Hackensack, right off of Route 46, man. And I'll tell you what, man, with a name like Fat Bastard and Sons, you know, folks, They love food, and they do a great job with food. Family-owned business, been around since 1985. Literally the best pizza around, man. You talked about a passion for great food and excellent service there, man. A welcoming atmosphere. Got great pizza, got burgers, got great comfort food. It's all there. Sports bar, got a full bar. Everything that you need right there in Hackensack. Check them out online, fatbastardandsons.com. Fat Bastard and Sons, the restaurant there, located in Hackensack. All right, we're back here live here at 902 Brewing Company here in Jersey City. Rooftop Bar. Shout out to our good friends there, Don and the crew here. It's pretty quiet back here. You can hear them a little bit maybe. Got a real estate conference or meeting going on, but shout out to those guys here as they're putting up with me yelling in the mic. All right, guys, let's go ahead and get this thing started. Talk a little National Football League. Jay Jeezy off the Easy for Sheezy Blue 80. Kill. JG, you're a quarterback, man. You're former quarterback in your QB room, man. Russell Wilson, how about that? Going to play on his fourth team in 4 years, right? Seahawks, Broncos, Steelers, and now Giants. News just came out literally about an hour ago. Signs a deal with the New York Giants. Russell Wilson getting a one-year deal worth about $21 million, $10.5 million guaranteed. Now 3 quarterbacks in that room with Russell Wilson likely to be the starter there. You got Jameis Winston, going to eat those W's there, and Tommy DeVito there with the Giants as well. I like this signing, probably the best of, the lesser of those 3 evils there with the Browns and Steelers and everything else. Your thoughts here, JG, your former quarterback, your former teammate going to the Giants. You like this move?
I'd say interesting move. I look at it from the perspective of the Giants. I think it's a really good move for them, especially with the way that they distributed it with a 1 year, $21 million contract. I don't really understand why they would sign Jameis Winston for his 2 year, $8 million, and also renew Tommy DeVito. I know that before that they obviously didn't know what was the next step, but from their perspective, having Russell Wilson, if they want to draft a quarterback early on in the draft, they want to trade back a few spots because they know that they have a really good pick. I think that it would be a really good situation for him to be teaching a rookie quarterback in that aspect. Who knows what their plan is or what they want to do. If they don't want to draft this year and they just want to ride it out for another one, maybe they wait for Archman to come out or Cade Klubnik from Clemson. But for this aspect, for Russ being able to find a team, being able to just continue playing the game that he loves, I think it's a good opportunity. I don't know how good they're going to be in that division. Obviously, you got the Commanders, you got the Eagles, but I think that for the Giants...
And don't forget about how about them Cowboys?
The Commanders and Eagles? No. No, I think it's a good transaction all around. I just don't know about Jameis Winston, what they're going to do. I don't think that they go draft a quarterback, then they have Jameis Winston on roster and Russell Wilson. I think Jameis Winston becomes more of a trade piece at this point going into next season, even though they just signed him. I mean, there's going to be a team that needs a number 2 as good as Jameis Winston with that much game history.
Right.
I just don't know what their plans are, but obviously we'll see come draft night. I'm very intrigued to see what they do with their pick and if they go quarterback or if they drop a few spots.
That's the question right there, Andrew Richmond. Now, your thoughts here on the Giants signing Russell Wilson to a 1 year deal, just $10.5 million guarantee, could make up to $21 million. Pretty decent coin. About a third of what the top guys get. That's crazy, right? With $21 million, is a third of what somebody like Joe Burrow or someone like that Josh Allen gets. Your thoughts here, Russ and Sierra coming here to the Big Apple.
Yeah, that interesting is the right word that Jared used, because you just got Jameis. I thought that for sure they were probably going to pick somebody maybe with, in the second round or something like that, Jackson Dart and then have Jameis maybe start a couple games. But now that you have all those quarterbacks along with it doesn't seem likely that they are going to buy into somebody this year and are probably going to defer into his next year, which I'm not mad about, considering the fact that this draft is a little bit weaker. But there is a question about, are there more options coming up later, too, for these draft classes? We have a little bit of a lull, I think, for quarterbacks for a while. So I think it's interesting for the Giants' perspective, but it's even more interesting for Russell Wilson's perspective, mainly because you would have thought, especially once DK ended up being traded to the Steelers, that he would end up being on the Steelers, right? Obviously, you have your boy that you just played with in Seattle. It feels like it was a match made in heaven, especially because because like DK gave him the hookup not only with that team, but then also with his girlfriend as well. So shout out to Normani, right?
Right.
But I think that
Hey, Kev, let's see the $6 too. Watch the game and the pictures going again. Go ahead, Andrew.
I think he got tired of
$7.
waiting around though, Russ, especially because right now the Steelers are playing around with the dancing team. I'm not sure if I want Russell Wilson or if I want Aaron
That's a good
Rodgers.
question, Kevin. Andrew, I'm glad you brought that up. You said he got tired of waiting around.
Yeah.
It does seem like it is a game of musical chairs. Who's going to sit down last? And these are the two last OGs, if you will, the two last veterans sitting there. Aaron Rodgers, maybe still linked to the Steelers. And then, of course, we see Danger Russ going here to the Big Apple. He's got to bring Sierra, though, right? But that's a good point you brought up.
Yeah, no, and it seems like Aaron was really pushing towards going towards the Vikings, which I can't blame him, playing with JJJ and Kevin O'Connell. And that offense seemed like something that would probably be preferential rather than going to the Steelers with Arthur Smith. He can kind of call his own shots, or Kevin O'Connell would kind of make the offense more of his own rather than Arthur Smith. You know what he wants to do, middle of the field, all that, etc. So I think he just kind of got tired of waiting around and was like, well, if you're playing games with me and I was just there and you're playing with my former wide receiver and you still don't want me now, you're still trying to see if you want another geriatric quarterback, but I've been there. Let me just go ahead and sign with the Giants. They're probably going to give me a little bit more money anyway. And it's a risk. Russ, I'm not sure it's going to look anything better because that offensive line still ain't great. But best of luck from either side.
JG, who's the better team right now, Steelers or Giants? What's the better option, real quickly? Your thoughts? You played with Russ.
I definitely think the Steelers are a better option team-wise, especially
I agree.
DK Metcalf.
I like this move, but I think the Steelers are a better team. You're right.
Their pass game, I think, needs a lot of development this offseason between the offensive coordinator and whoever.
Malik Neighbor's nice, though. He's nice.
No, for sure. I just think, Giants don't really have an RB1 right now. Tyrone Tracy was pretty good, and they also really don't have a wide receiver 2. And then they kind of their tight end 1 is also not really that great of a pass threat. So like they have a lot of So obviously and then. The Pittsburgh has Pat Freiermuth, like they have George Pickens, they have DK, they have Najee, like they
got a score on the board. How about that? JB and the Eagles have scored. He's up 7-0 up hitting this PAT. Go ahead.
Upset alert. But I think that just standpoint wise, I just think Russell was not happy with the situation in Pittsburgh with them waiting and not pursuing him or saying, you know what, like you're our quarterback, especially after a year of playing for them and showing them his loyalty towards them and him wanting to play for them and him vocally saying, I want to be a Steeler. For them not to give that same love back kind of meant something, especially with the player that you know was on your team and you know who it's about. So I think for Russell's aspect, he's like, I'm just going to go where I'm wanted instead of like waiting around, seeing if, you know what, actually we can't get Aaron Rodgers. Like, come on back, Russell. Like, that was just, from his perspective, I don't think I would really want to be a part of that either.
Russell started out well, started out hot with those Steelers. Of course, remember Justin Fields started 4-2. Russell took over. They were rolling. Did lose 5 straight games, though. So I think you're onto something there with how it played out there in Pittsburgh. Now, Pittsburgh, you better get Aaron Rodgers or Mason Rudolph ain't winning, games in Pittsburgh. I don't know.
Now, baby.
So
I hear a lot of whispers that they will be drafting a quarterback, though.
Yeah, but they're going to have to move up. That's the thing. Like, I guess you can get Jackson Dart or somebody, and they're talking about maybe he's going to the top 10 or top 15. Who the hell are they going to get in the 20s? Maybe the Shaw guy.
Let's go. No.
The Shaw kid from Louisville, maybe. I don't know. Quinn Ewers. I don't know. I don't see you winning games with those guys anytime soon. So we'll keep an eye on the Steelers and Big Blue. That first quarter brought to you by our good friends at Black Seed Brothers. Check them out there, myhealthstation.org, man. Black Seed Brothers, man, doing a great job keeping Harlem and also New York City and everywhere that they touch, keeping everyone healthy, man, with the myhealthstation.org. Got the health stations on wheels as well, man. And this stuff, man, is deep. Rooted in Southern history, man. That's where it all started, man. You got the natural sweetness and the great health drinks there with the watermelons. They do a great job, man. Black Seed Brothers doing a phenomenal job. Check them out online, myhealthstation.org. Tyrell and his beautiful wife doing a great job there. They're located on 139th and Lenox Street. That's usually where the truck is, and they're open 24 hours a day. For more information, check them out online, myhealthstation.org. We'll be back here live here at 902 Brewing Company here in Jersey City, North Jersey, man. A beautiful rooftop bar, man. Do a great job. Got all the beers that you want, man. A real brewery. I'm talking about bright tanks. I'm talking about fermenters and everything. And how about this? 10-year anniversary beer right here, man. 902 Brewing Company. This one's called 90210. Man, Kevin, we were joking when we first did the deal with these guys, man. 10th anniversary hazy IPA right here in Jersey City, man. In Jersey, 90210. Shout out to Don and the good folks here, man. I might take a little swig a little later. Once we get up there, not on the air. After I get off the air, a little bit later. At home, yes, not even in the vehicle, at home. Drink responsibly. That's what we do here on ISG football. All right, we're back here, guys. Second quarter here, 7-0 lead, surprisingly, for the upstart newbie. Well, he's not a newbie. He's a competitor, the underdog. They're JB, but he is a two-time champ. Thought that was picked, but it's not. Go ahead, guys, go ahead and get this thing started. I think the big story this week was Asante Samuel versus Deion Sanders. What a situation this turned into. Asante Samuel, of course, won a couple of Super Bowls with the Patriots. Deion Sanders won a couple of Super Bowls with the Patriots. Deion Sanders, first ballot Hall of Famer, probably considered, no, not probably, is the greatest cornerback of all time. That's why we call it a shutdown corner. I saw Asante Samuel up close and personal. I worked with Boston from 2006 to about 2012. Saw him, great cornerback, great pick that he had against Indianapolis in the AFC Championship game in 2006. I think he's great. They're talking about technique and T-step and all this. I don't care about any of that. Asante Samuel, he's not Deion Sanders, and there's no problem. There's nothing wrong with that. Asante Samuel is going to be remembered in Boston for dropping that interception. The play before the David Tyree helmet catch in Super Bowl 42, I was there for that. Go look it up, 2nd and 5. That was what the play that would have won the Super Bowl and cemented the Patriots to be 19-0. I don't want to pick sides on this. I'll just tell you the truth. Deion's better, but Asante was great. He had over 50 career interceptions. Great player. Andrew, your thoughts here about the social media beef between Asante and Coach Prime and Deion Sanders?
Man, it's funny because in the NBA side, there's like a Brandon Jennings, Jeff Teague, like Ty Lawson thing going on.
Ty scored 7-7. OG 2K just scored. Go ahead, Andrew.
And that is just like, I don't even know why they're fighting, but they're fighting for like, I was kind of cold back in the day. These two were actually like dead, like super, super cold, like Hall of Fame correct trajectories and everything like that. Asante Samuel is a great player, a fantastic player. But that's Deion, the type of person that showed up in the draft back before people were deferring before the draft, right? Said, hey, I'm that guy. Went ahead, said, you either pick me or you don't, and then left. All respect in the world to Asante Samuel. He wouldn't have gotten that, especially before this new age that we have here. It's just it just sucks when you have two like bona fide legends in their own respect and their own universe, like fighting against each other.
Yeah,
but,
I know.
I mean, when Deion is like, hey, we're not in the same sentence, I don't necessarily don't agree with that, but
yeah, they're not in the same area, they're not in the same town, maybe in the same zip code, but not in the same town, not even on the same street. So yeah,
you know, he was kind of cooking and kind of roasting and kind of feasting that. So it was one of those where it's just like, I mean, you're not wrong, you're right, but it's a very unfortunate reality. Either way, they both cold. I hate it that two legends are going against each other. But of all people, you know, Deion is going to talk his nonsense, and at this point, it's not nonsense. He's actually kind of right. So sorry, Asante.
JG, in the words of Deion Sanders, where they do that at?
Oh. No, listen, from my perspective, when I think about what they were arguing about, I think I see both sides. Like, I think the T-step, what they're talking about is basically the back pedal and then putting on the brakes literally with their foot and then driving downhill. I see definitely the positives from it, right? Like, I think that it allows you to stop and start faster. I mean, when you do what Deion does, he's just a pure athlete and just a great athlete. He was able to get things going one direction. That's why he's so different, though, right? Like, for normal people, a T-step.
There's the play right there. Asante Samuel dropped the pick against the Giants out in Glendale. Listen, there's the reaction right there too.
Do I think that they're the same level of player? No, but when I look at interceptions and I saw that Asante Samuel had 2 less interceptions in like 30 less games than Deion, I raised a little bit of eyebrows. I'm like, you know what?
Women line, men line, numbers don't. I get that, but I've got these two things right here. The beautiful God gave me 2 beautiful eyes, and I can see.
There's an eyeball test, but there's also the name of Deion Sanders, right?
Yes.
So Deion actually has the biggest name, and he also has the playmaking ability, which is what he's truly known for, right? Like, but of course, I hate it. Like, there's just no reason for it. Like, they're both great.
But you can have more picks because people didn't try Deion.
No, for sure. And he also might have been locking up one side of the field, and he said, you know what, like, we're off of that. So
I'm here to tell you, Asante even went to Bill Belichick and said, I want to play off. And he played more zone. And even when they did play man, he played more. So just different techniques. And I'm okay with it. That's fine.
Oh, for sure. And like his T-step technique was probably based off of him just being either a press bail, or that's him playing off man and saying, like, you know, I'm 8 yards deep and I'm going to let this wide receiver get cushion, and I know that my break step and I'm able to change direction faster than a lot of people, right? Like maybe he wasn't as good off the press using his hands or physicality. He's kind of shorter guy. I know that his son's shorter for sure too, but
yeah, Asante's like 5'10", 5'11". He's my height, 5'11".
That's not really like a press corner's like. I guess
Deion's not much bigger. Deion's like 6'1", maybe.
Yeah, he's not that tall either.
Yeah, 6'1".
I think at that time, especially though, too, like the difference in strength is completely noticeable, right? Like especially now, like if you go to press AJ Brown, like you're not really going to be pressing him out of the physicality of sitting here, like trying to disrupt him and put hands on. Like maybe you're just trying to change it up.
Another touchdown there by JB. Takes the lead again. Go ahead. Go ahead.
But different time stamps. Like obviously, like I think there's multiple ways of doing everything, right? There's multiple ways of dropping back and doing a hitch in the pocket as a quarterback, stepping up in the pocket. So like, it's just unnecessary. I don't know why Asante came a little craziness over Twitter. Like he didn't have to do all that, but
too spicy.
Yeah.
It's not
like,
one of those where it's
like,
like know your place, but it's like, why we gotta fight like this, bro? Like, you know.
Yeah, no, he said foolishness. Those are like fighting words. Like those aren't like, you don't call somebody a fool, like especially one of the greatest ever. So, tough subject.
I loved how Deion was with Bucky Brooks, if I'm not mistaken, for NFL Network, and he was walking back and he did like the T-step. He's like, you don't even walk like that. So what are you talking about? What do you do that at? It's like, it was just funny how he was going through it and trying to show it. I'm like, oh man. But look, you're right, JG. Look at their numbers. Look, Asante's a bad boy. Mm-hmm. When did he retire? That's a rhetorical question. I know the answer. Anybody know?
It was like 2007, 8?
2013. 2013. You know how long ago that was?
Oh, man, that's almost
12
years ago. 12 years ago.
Ask me, is he in the Hall of Fame? He's not.
Patriots Hall of Fame.
He's not. He's not even in there. He's not even in there.
Oh, he's not even in the Patriots Hall of Fame? That's crazy, actually.
No. I mean, it takes time. I think he will at some point. Look, he's a great corner. Was all pro, a couple times. Pro Bowler, a handful of times. And it's okay. It's like Michael Jordan and LeBron, these debates. What's wrong with being a really good player? Like when you go to the Hall of Fame, I know Shannon Sharp was talking about this, and he's absolutely right. There's Hall of Famers, and then there's like first ballot Hall of Famers. Those guys are the best of the best.
Yeah.
It's almost like they're in a separate room. And he's absolutely right. One guy's a first ballot Hall of Famer. One guy's not even in the Hall of Fame. So by definition, I don't care what the numbers say.
I will say this. Now, if you asked a Dan Marino, one of the greatest throwers of all time, about how to throw the football and his perspective on how to do it and what to do, and then you look at a player that might not be as good as him, but was definitely a better technician and knew the ins and outs of the position because he probably wasn't as talented or as better of a thrower, that doesn't give the credibility to Dan. It might give more of a credibility to the other player that actually knows scientifically or mechanically what might be more suitable for a player on how to throw, right? So, like, just because Asante wasn't as good of a player as Deion doesn't mean that his way of teaching the game and way of diagnosing the technician part of the game wasn't as right. Just like shooting a basketball. Maybe Michael Jordan shot a basketball differently and his perspective was this is how you should shoot it, but JJ Redick actually shot it like this. Is JJ Redick the same type of player or the same status of player as him? No, but maybe he knows the ins and outs of that specifically better than an older player that might not know the specifics.
Gotcha. Andrew, real quick, 10 seconds.
And extrapolating that, like, you can be like JJ, nobody can deny he's a great shooter, right? He's a fantastic shooter, but like if you're talking about scoring a bucket, who am I going to choose? Is Michael Jordan. So like if I need game on the line, Deion Sanders, I am going to choose him over it, but Asante Samuel, that ain't a bad pick too, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's why if I saw something, I would tell him like, bro, you were bad. I covered you. You were one of the better corners in the league. I would say at least top 3 or 4 when you played, but are you better than maybe prime time Darrelle Revis? No, that's okay, but that's the cream of the crop.
Like the conversation should have just stuck to T-steps. It shouldn't have been like, hey, I'm on your level. Like,
right.
If you're talking about the cornerback position, you're talking about T-steps and what not to do and techniques. Like, stick to that. Like, you don't got to sit there and say, like, I'm on your same planet. Like, it's just like, it's not needed. It's not
That's
needed.
what happens when they go for your pride. Sometimes the ego gets hit too, and then it's like, now I gotta start talking. Okay, you don't know how good I am.
Shout out to Asante. He's got a son in the league playing. I've been playing with the LA Chargers, man. 7 return touchdowns, man. Look, dude was bad boy. Over 50 picks. Asante Samuel, I think he belongs in the Hall of Fame. I don't think he should have been first ballot, but I think he's a Hall of Famer. I think his credentials say that.
Jam when it comes to the NFL Hall of Fame in general, too. So.
It is, especially at that position, too. All right, so we got a 14-10 ball game here. Eagles about to maybe add on a little more in the third quarter. We're live here at 902 Brewing Company. That second quarter brought to you by our good friends at Aguila Dorado Restaurant. Check them out online, AguilaDoradoRestaurant.com. El Aguila Dorado Restaurant, the Golden Eagle. It's landed there in beautiful Bayonne, New Jersey, where I trap at and stay at, right there on Broadway in Midtown, man. I'm talking about authentic Mexican restaurant, great food, great vibes. Got the libations flowing and pouring Monday through Friday, where you can get happy hour 2 to 6. Got the mariachi shows on Tuesdays. You've seen that if you've seen the show here. Also got DJs on the weekends, Latin nights on the weekends as well. They do a great job there, man. Got the patio. The Golden Eagle, El Aguila Dorado Restaurant. Check them out online. AguilaDoradoRestaurant.com. Will be there next week. Shout out to the good folks there at Aguila Dorado Restaurant. Are we back inside of here? 902 Brewing Company, Larry CBS Sports, Madden, NFL, CFB League, 2K Association. We're talking NFL free agency. Also, got a Madden matchup going on right now. OG 2K right next to me, bottom, I guess right next to me in the middle there. OG 2K playing with the Ravens. He is down here 14-10. And probably needs to stop here. JB on the right-hand side with the Scully on the St. Louis just scored there. Now he's got a 2-score lead. Could go up as many as 11 playing with the Eagles, the upstart, with the lead now by 2 scores there. All right, let's go ahead and get back into the NFL. Another big story developed. We talked about Xavier Worthy playing with the Kansas City Chiefs. Of course, was arrested, and those things happened earlier this month. It stems from, according to his attorneys, he tried to put his girl out, who's also a runner, a track star at the University of Texas. Alleged cheating on her part. Tried to get rid of her for a couple of weeks. Now he is suing her, alleging over $150,000 in property damage and also stolen money. Pulled out some of his hair. The suit is also, he's suing her for $250,000 to $1 million, so at least $250,000, $250,000. Andrew, I want to get your thoughts here on how this is all playing out. You look at Xavier Worthing, looks like the case was dropped. Probably charges shouldn't have been brought. Looks like she may have even lied going on into this case. Your thoughts here on how this is all transpired and how her actions have been put out there for the world to see. From Xavier Worthy, we're talking about Tia, the track star there in Texas.
Yeah, it's interesting in domestic cases. Obviously, where we're used to the other way around, where it's mainly like the man being like the primary aggressor in these situations. And this is a situation where you get a little bit of an opposite, where there is a lot of aggression being shown, obviously, by that picture that we saw with the pulled out dreads, that there's a little bit of either fight back or maybe her initiating. Obviously, when it comes to these cases, like all the details and who inspired who, whatever, but obviously we see the physical proof that he has, and this will lead a little bit more. Obviously a shame. This is something you don't want to see in any case. And I feel like when it comes to men being abused, there is not enough of a spotlight that men can also be domestically abused in situations. And it's
at the very least, women taking advantage of perceptions, especially with law enforcement.
No. And that's something that does happen. Men abuse does not get talked about because, and not only talking about women taking advantage of situations, there is a little bit more leeway given to women in these situations because of physical differences, but then also pride when it comes to men. Men don't necessarily want to be talked about being physically abused by women because ego situations, right? Pride situations.
Yeah, and that was part of it. He didn't want to press charges against her.
Yeah.
And therefore she turned around and then pressed the charges. This hits home for me. I've seen a similar situation. That's why I'm I'm not going to get into it, but I certainly understand Xavier Worthy's position. I understand his attorney's position. I understand the state of Texas and how they dropped the charges. I've seen this movie before.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Andrea.
No, and it's a shame that benefit of the doubt is given one way rather than the other, when in a lot of cases men can also be abused too. So let this be a little bit of awareness about the fact that it's not just women who are abused in situations, although we have seen horrific physical cases in which women have been unfortunately beaten by their partners. Men can also be victims of this as well, and I'm hoping the best for Xavier getting out of this situation and recovering from this, because you never want to see anybody be abused, and I'm glad that he doesn't feel shamed of speaking out against that. Right.
JG suing $150,000 worth of property damage in cash, and he's suing her for at least $250,000 in court. His ex-fiancee, your thoughts here, how all this has transpired over the last month or two. Tried to get out of his house, get her out of his house for a couple of weeks, and that didn't work. And she's also been accused, and there's been some stuff in Georgia with another man about 5 years ago in 2020 or 2021, somewhere around there.
Yeah, I think it's a tough situation, especially from a man's perspective, right? She comes out and says that she's going to sue him, and comes out, and obviously the social media is all over, like Xavier Worthy is this, that, and the other. They don't really know him personally or anything that's happened with him or through their relationship, right? So, I mean, I was able to meet Xavier countless times, maybe like 3-4 times, and he's always seemed like a pretty mellow guy, like super happy, always super joyful. So kind of when those reports came out, me having met him made me kind of uncomfortable in the sense of like I didn't really know what to believe. But obviously, more that the truth comes out and the facts come out, you just can tell like it's kind of just been a bad situation for a while, obviously. And knowing her, kind of her reputation, her repertoire of whatever has happened in the past with her ex-boyfriend in Georgia, it kind of makes sense to the point of what has happened with Xavier, right? And obviously you look at it from also another man's perspective. It's tough to go out and say like you're getting abused in any way by a female, right? It's always like, oh, you're soft, bro, you're this, you're that. Like, never in my life have I ever thought to hit a woman or anything like that. That should never be that case. But from that perspective of, oh, you getting abused by your wife, it might make a man feel a little less, I guess, prideful about what's going on, right? So it's tough for him, obviously, going through this. Their child, everything with it. It's
oh, I forgot about that. I didn't even know about there was a child involved.
Oh. Yeah, it's difficult all around.
Yeah. Well, I'm praying for both of those, man. Hopefully, she can get some help. Hopefully, he can get through this. And I'd like to see them both move on. Looks like she's got a promising track career at Texas. She's a pretty good, I think she's a hurdler, if I'm not mistaken. So I want to see her do well as well. Hopefully they can settle this thing out of court, and, hopefully he can get his belongings back and the property fixed, and they can move on. Both of them, I'm rooting for both of them. That got a 21-17 lead. OG2K, the 10-time champ, just scored. Brought it within 4 points here as we start the fourth quarter with under 5 minutes to play. That third quarter, brought to you by our good friends. Shout out to good friends at Brooklyn Pizza. That would be in Short Hills, New Jersey. Check them out online, brooklynpizzaofnj.com. And folks, you got to experience the future of pizza. That's it right there, man. How about my guy, Jose, and his staff doing a great job there, man, with those signature creations. And we talk about signature, we're talking about the bruschetta pizza, bold pies, Brooklyn's classic roots with innovative, mouth-watering flavors, fresh ingredients, and unique twists there. And to make every item unforgettable. Folks, you got to taste the future. Not yesterday, not tomorrow, but today. Check them out, brooklynpizzaofnj.com in Short Hills, New Jersey. Shout out to Jose and the staff there at Brooklyn Pizza, Short Hills, New Jersey. Check them out online, brooklynpizzaofnj.com. All right, we're back here live here at 902 Brewing Company here in Jersey City. Beautiful rooftop brewery here, man. Got all the beer that you want. We just talked about this, man. The Jersey City right here, 90210, the 10th anniversary hazy IPA here in Jersey City, man, the 902 Brewing Company here. Larry Lucida, Sports Madden, NFL, CFB League, 2K Association. Got Jarrett Guarantano right below me on the left-hand side there, former quarterback, University of Tennessee Volunteers, Broncos, and also the Cardinals. Andrea Richmond, bottom right below me. Sportscaster extraordinary. Got OG2 at the bottom left, the 10-time champ. He is down by 4 on defense here. And you got the 2-time champ, JB playing with the Eagles, bottom right-hand corner of the screen. He's got the Eagles and the ball with 4th and a mile here. Going to see what he does here. Guys, let's back into the NFL. Been talking about free agency. We talked about Russell Wilson signing with the Giants. 1 year, $21 million, 10.5 guaranteed. How about the Patriots? They had the most money in free agency, and boy, they are spending it. Letting the loot go, man. They had about $140 million in free agency and cap space. They just signed Stefon Diggs, the former Buffalo Bill, Houston Texan, played for the Texans last year, was on his way to another 1,000-yard receiver, got hurt week 7 or 8, somewhere midway portion of the season there. He gets a 3-year deal worth $69 million, $26 million guaranteed, coming off that torn Achilles. Also 31 years of age, but I still think he's got at least a couple of or 2 or 3 good years left. Going to be able to help the Patriots with the outside receiver there. Still a really good receiver, man. Probably still a top 10 receiver when he is healthy. JG, your thoughts here. You like this move for my Pats, man? Again, can you digs it? Is he going to bring Cardi B with him to Boston? That's what people want to know.
Speculation. No, I don't know how I feel about this move, right? They're giving him a lot of money. I think it's 3 years, $70 million. Coming off a torn Achilles, obviously you don't know what the type of player that he's going to be.
Well, they say he's 5 months removed and he's looking good. He's already running. That's a good sign.
You just never know. I mean, speed-wise, you never know how people come back from injuries. He's also getting a little bit older. But you look at what was on the market before him. You look at Cooper Kupp was on the market. DK Metcalf was obviously trying to get moved. Like, there's different guys that were on the market. Devontae Adams that could have been additions before Stefon Diggs, that I would think that Stefon Diggs was probably behind in free agency, behind them. I don't know about this move. I think that there was, like I said, I think there was other wide receivers that might have been a better fit for them and made more sense in the long run.
Well, DK would have cost you 5 years, $150. They got him for about half.
They got it, and they have a young quarterback that he can grow with right now.
Right.
I'm looking for. I need more from the offensive line. Like, I need them to go after some offensive linemen.
Maybe DK didn't want to go there because he's been on podcasts. He said he didn't want to go to Boston. He didn't like New England. Although, what's the difference between Boston and Pittsburgh? Oh, if you ask me, Boston's a better city than Pittsburgh. But whatever.
I'd probably take Boston over Pittsburgh and Seattle, to be honest. But
yeah.
I don't know. Maybe he's talking about in aspects of winning, or I don't know what he thinks a better team is. Patriots are definitely a worse team right now than the Pittsburgh Steelers right now. We'll see in the long run with Drake May, because I think Drake May is a hell of a player. But I just think that there was definitely more wide receivers that might have been better suited for this move than Stefon Diggs right now. But who knows? Maybe they go get another wide receiver 2 in the draft. Maybe they go draft the kid from Arizona, McMillan.
Oh, yeah, McMillan, yes.
Maybe
just get Travis Hunter, man. Get Travis Hunter, man. Let him play receiver and then put him in special packages in the red zone, man. And now you got 3 lockdown corners. So they got the kid from Detroit, and they got Christian Gonzalez. Now you got 3 lockdown corners, and you got 2 really good receivers right there. Boom. Patriots back in the playoff picture, baby.
If they do that, I like this move a lot because they saved on money and they also brought in a young wide receiver.
Still need a tackle, though.
If they don't, I think that DK Metcalf, Cooper Kupp, I think still has massive amount of time left.
Yep. Wow. How about OG2K? Was down 11. Now he scored 13 in a row with under 15 seconds to play. I don't know how he does it. Does it every time. Real quick to Andrea, your thoughts here. Stefon Diggs, can you dig it? Can you digs it?
I agree everything with what JG said. This was an interesting choice. I want to know why Stefon. Well, I'm not actually surprised why Stefon did it. That's a lot of money coming off an Achilles too. A lot of people would doubt you, but you have a very young quarterback, and like everyone says, like when you have a young quarterback, you buy, and buy talent. And it's not like Drake May is one of those quarterbacks where we're on the fence about how good is he. Towards the end of the year, he was cooking. Okay, Drake May looked like he could be one of those guys. In my opinion, he could be one of those guys where his arm talent works. Sometimes there are questionable decisions, so you need somebody who has a big catch radius who could go ahead and pluck some of those balls away that might be a little bit up in the air, right? Younger Stefon Diggs, I would have bought into this completely. Coming off an Achilles, though, even if we do have new technology, if the medical staff is bringing people back in 4 months to where you're actually, running, that's great for Stefon, but that's not something I'm buying in if I'm the Patriots organization and I have a young guy.
They're saying he's going to be ready by opening day. So September, that's another 4 months, 5 months, 6 months?
I'm not leaning I had
5.5.
on that though. Maybe if I already had something established and I just needed somebody for auxiliary. Right now, you don't really have a lot going on with playmakers for the Patriots at all. So I need to make sure I get some bona fides, and there were still bona fides in the market. It's not like you're over here with nothing. So interesting decision. I'm glad Dre may have somebody to pass it to, but I'm not sure if this is the best somebody to pass it to. But hey, Stefon, get money. I'm hoping that things work out for him, though.
Wow, look at that. OG2K pulls it out, scores the last 14 points. Real quick before we got out of here, guys, did you guys see Ja'Marr Chase and T. Higgins down in Miami? Had the Lambos there. Look at that. Ja'Marr Chase said, man, I got a Lambo and a princess. $250K. Jay Jeezy, what you know about that, Jay Jeezy? Huh?
600K for a Lambo. If you got it, you got it.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
He for sure got it. 40 a year for 4. He definitely got the money for that 600K car.
Highest paid contract ever for a non-QB, right?
Ooh, yeah.
And T. Higgins, highest paid number 2 receiver in the NFL.
That's a way to spend it. That's a way
They all
to spend
going
it.
out there.
Go ahead, Andrew. What'd you say?
Yeah, they all going out there with Batmobiles. Where the money at, man? I got my money gun. Come on now, the money's gone all over the place.
No, that's your boy. The quarterback, Joe Burrow, man. He's got the Batmobile.
So they got the Lambos with the bats.
Yeah,
they're pulling up crazy. They're gonna pull up crazy to a game.
What would it's like, guys? Look, you guys are still driving in Miami, man. Like there's traffic and things. Slow down a little bit. Enjoy it, but don't get a ticket or anything. But those things are sweet, though, man. That's sweet. That's sweet. I like
man.
that.
When you got it like that, you do what you want when you popping, as one Atlanta philosopher said. So
the great 21st century philosopher.
No. This is the one, the foresight one, the future, going to the future one.
JG, look, you've had a cup of coffee in the NFL. Look, if you signed a massive deal making $40-50 million a year, what would you buy, dude? You're still young.
Oh man, I don't know. I might bug out. I don't know.
I could definitely see you bugging out. And you know what? I'm like, he's well within his right to bug out.
No,
just don't keep bugging out.
No, they did their, if they get one of them, I mean, 600K is insane, but like he gets one of them, he can get a couple, honestly, 160 mil, like guaranteed. That's, you do your thing, brother. Yeah, I'm not gonna ever tell you his kids are set, his kids, their kids, so like probably put like 5 generations in the bag.
The whole lineage, exactly, the whole generations.
I'm buying a vacation spot in the Maldives, okay? A whole vacation bungalow, okay? Please.
Yeah. That's funny. I would buy a new practice facility with the Cincinnati Bengals and take us from underneath the interstate and get us somewhere nice in northern Kentucky. That's what I would do.
Buy a chef.
And I'd get us a chef. I'd get us a cafeteria. I'd get us all the daggone free Gatorade we can have. And some sweats. A sweatsuit and a private jet. Oh, man. But shout out to Ja'Marr Chase, man, and T. Higgins, man. Look at them celebrating their new Lambos down there at MIA, man. A couple of young Thundercats, man. Okay, I dig it. Makes me want to work a little harder, man. I'm like, damn, I got a long way to go. JG, we got a long way to go, bro.
No, that definitely inspires you a little bit. But hey, listen, I don't know if my lifetime has 600,000 Lambo on it, but we'll see. Listen, anything's possible. Anything's possible.
We can always rent one, man. JG, we can always rent one, right?
What's one day? Like, I don't need it for a couple. I mean,
exactly.
Good, right? Like,
exactly.
What's one day till a lifetime?
All right, let's go ahead and get out of here, guys. Shout out to OG2K. He's got another win here. Before we get out of here, that fourth quarter brought to you by our good friends at Jerky's. Check them out online, jerkysnj.com. Located in Elizabeth, New Jersey, on 11 Broad Street, right there in Elizabeth, New Jersey. Talking about Haitian and Jamaican Caribbean fusion there. Folks, it's time to level up your game, man. These flavors collide, man, and they hit harder than a game-winning touchdown. So I need all you gamers. I need everybody, all you viewers out there to level up your game. Check them out. They got the oxtails. They got the jerk chicken. They got the griot. You name it, man. They got everything that you need. Rasta pasta over fries, man. We're going to be there next week as well. Check them out online, jerkysnj.com. Flavors colliding, Caribbean fusion right there in Elizabeth, New Jersey, man. The best jerky spot in the community, jerkysnj.com. Let me go ahead and bring my brother in here. There he is, Jarrett Guarantano. Your thoughts here, man? 21-10 ball game. He scores the last 2 touchdowns of the game, and OG2K still wears the crown.
I thought today was the day when I saw 21-10. I said, "Oh no, it's gonna happen. It's over. It's Judgment Day."
JB's that close, man. He's that freaking close.
It was so tough, and then he got that big sack on 3rd down when JB was going in to score 2 to just have to make him have to punt. I saw it in JB's face. He didn't want to really have to punt in that situation.
He didn't.
It's a tough. He knew
it is.
Old Derrick Henry was coming down the field, red hot, but that was a great game. Definitely a sweater of a game. I mean, way better than last game that they played each other for sure. Just OG just was able to pull it out in the 4th quarter, man.
Yes, sir. Speaking of OG, man, he's standing by with Andrea Richmond. I think this is the 11th interview she's done with this dude. It's getting old, Andrew. Take it away.
You know what?
It
would get old if there weren't a lot of wrinkles, new wrinkles every single time. And OG, you were down a lot. Something we always do is we praise you. Praise JB because he actually has you down in this one. And there was a very real possibility that you might have lost. Talk about how JB actually had you down as much as he did prior to that 4th quarter coming back.
I thought I was gonna lose my 0 today, but I don't know. He was playing really good defense, and like his pass defense was making me lose focus of like running the ball with Derrick Henry, and everything was covered when I tried like the couple pass plays I had, so I had to like come up with new route combos on the fly.
Beautiful. And improv is something that you were able to get to, but there was that 4th and 18, 4th and forever, where there was a possibility he had the ball in his hand, knocked it out. That play, going into that drive, basically, did you feel like, oh, this is over? And how are you able to clutch up, knock the ball out of his hand, and then go ahead and score that go-ahead?
I feel like I've been doing a really good job recently of like staying calm throughout like the entirety of the game, no matter what's going on. So like even when I was down like the entire game and I probably should have lost, I just like didn't get upset during the game because I would have been mad at myself later if I look back and I just really didn't play one of my best games. But yeah, it was all the mentality for me.
And guess what? You were able to play some great defense. That defense led to offense. And no offense to JB, but OG2K continues to just win.
All I do is win, no matter what.
Going back to our karaoke squad, right? Larry and Jarrett, go ahead. Let's up, down, up.
And what do they do when they go up?
And they say that.
And they say that. Up.
Down.
Hey, he's been doing a lot of winning, so shout out to OG2K. I'm gonna let him get out here because we'll see him next Tuesday. Yeah, man, I gotta send him a chair tonight and a quick little cash up, man. I know he can go maybe get a burger or something, man. Take a girl out, do something tonight. I don't know. Do something. But shout out to JB, man. I'm sure he'll be playing in the next few weeks as well. Get back in line, and I got a feeling, man. Next time, I'm probably gonna take him. But we'll see if OG can hold on and can keep this winning streak going here over the next couple of weeks. Before we get out of here, once again, guys, if you want to sign up for the Madden matchups, you can join us online right now. It's a free entry. It's all online, ages 13 and up. You can win cash and prizes. King of the Hill format. You win, you stay on. If not, keep pressing that luck. Join us online, competeforever.com/Madden League. Once again, it's compete, the number 4 and ever.com/Madden League. Also, this post-game show is brought to you by our good friends at 902 Brewing Company. You can check them out online, 902brewingcompany.com. Located right here in Jersey City, North Jersey. Handcrafted beer, and folks, it's literally the best atmosphere right here in Jersey City. You saw they had the big the meeting here with the real estate folks, man. Elevate Investment Group of New Jersey. They had their realtor sort of conference here and meeting. So shout out to those guys. I know they gave us a shout out here on the mic. while we were doing the show. So shout out to those guys. 902 Brewing Company, all about great beer and great experiences, man. Exceptional handcrafted beers you can take home and enjoy in your spacious room as well. They got breathtaking views on the rooftop of Manhattan as well. 902 Brewing Company, a unique experience you won't find it anywhere else. And they're only minutes away from everywhere, wherever you live in North Jersey, right here in Jersey City. 902brewingcompany.com. Shout out to Don and his fine staff right here at 902 Brewing Company. All right, let's get out of here before we do. Shout out to OG2K once again. He wins again. We'll be seeing him next Tuesday. We'll be seeing you guys here watching on Thursday with ISG basketball. And JG, you ready for this? We're going to be at Club Flamingo on Thursday.
What's that? I ain't never been there.
I don't know what that place is, but I'm going to be there. We're going to do a little, as Kevin Mamouzette, our producer, likes to say, we're going to do a little outreach on Thursday.
Community outreach, right?
Andrew, we got to get you up here, Andrew. We got to get you up here so we can do a show. We got to get you up
I already
here.
got my Usher Bucks ready, okay? I don't got real facts, but I got my Usher Bucks ready.
Usher
Okay?
Bucks. Is that what they call Usher Bucks?
They say 100 on them. Actually, some of them say 100,000 on them. So hey, you know.
I'll have 100 pennies. That's all. Last time we were in Atlanta, me and Kevin, we went out and he had 100. And they gave him like 91s back, and he's like, "Oh boy."
Oh,
He couldn't close his wallet. He was mad.
Atlanta scammers, baby. One thing that we do over here is we love to scam, okay?
Well, they do that here in New York and New Jersey. You have to tell them, I don't want 95 ones. Here's some 20s too.
You better become every single one of them. But yeah,
I don't trust them.
Me and Larry, we're going to be making it hail instead of making it rain.
Tsunami.
You know it's going to be hard with those pennies I'm throwing. Okay.
Let's get out of here. For OG2K, the defending champ, Andrea Richmond, peace up, A-Down. You can find her in the A-Town. Jarrett Guarantano, Blue 80. 52's the mic. Kill.
Congrats,
Liz. He's down in San Antonio. Congratulations. Good luck, man, to you and the Brahmas this weekend. We'll see you next Tuesday. I'm Ridley, CBS Sports, Madden, NFL, CFB League, 2K Association. That do it here live here from 902 Brewing Company and the Rooftop Brewery here in Jersey City. We'll see you on Thursday from Club Flamingo with ISG basketball, 8 p.m. Eastern. Have a good night, folks. Thanks for watching. See you guys on Thursday. Bye-bye.